before I even get into ranting about Akshan, I do want to say that there is no bitterness here. Okay, there's no bitterness in my words. I just want to talk about it because I think it's funny. You know what? West Ocho brought this up. Here is what we're gonna do. We are going to look at Nasus's passive. Check this out, gamers. Nasus gains lifesteal based on level. That is his passive. Now let's go read Akshan's passive real quick. Look at this, bro. This is his passive is more complicated than Nasus's whole kit. It's genuinely insane how thought this character is. I'm not even gonna say he's overtuned. I'm not even gonna sit here and say that he's OP. I don't know the fucking ratios, right? All I'm saying is holy bro, this is a passive. That means you don't press it. It just happens on this guy. Every 3 hits from Akshan's attacks and damaging abilities deal a burst of physical damage. Okay, so we got Vayne, except it's physical damage and not true damage. If the target was a champion, Akshan gains a shield. So he gets, hold on. All right, I need to take a breather real quick. Okay, so after attacking, Akshan fires a second attack that deals reduced physical damage. The second shot can be canceled like a regular basic attack. If Akshan cancels the second shot, he gains a... Dude, it sounds like I'm making this shit up as I go. Boom! He gets a shield every 3 autos if it's a champion. Boom! He deals physical damage every 3 autos. Boom! After attacking, he also gets a second attack that deals... I will never understand that shit, by the way. When Riot gives people the ability to beat you in trades just for existing. Right now, just so you know, we're still on the passive. I've been talking about this motherfucker for like 5 minutes. I will never understand. Like, I've used this joke in Can We Talk About This, but I think it plays a huge part here. It's like, imagine if you went against the best rock, paper, scissors player in the world. He plays rock, paper, scissors better than anyone. And then you go against him, and you do rock, paper, scissors, and he pulls out scissors and you pull out rock, right? And then he goes... Like, it's cheating. You shouldn't just have an extra shot to win. But Akshan, if you're fighting him, he just gets a shield just for fighting? But if he's losing the fight somehow, God forbid Akshan is losing the fight, you know, you get through all of that stuff and you just happen to be winning, he could also cancel the auto attack and get a burst of move speed. Now let's watch. Boom! Puts 2 marks of his passive. Let's fucking go. So he has a 3-hit passive, but Lucian's passive, so he hits twice. Yes. So I'm going to assume that this goes on CD. His bonus attack is on CD. The second shot, is it just like every few seconds he has like a nocturne? You know, he has the cleave. No CD. It's every time. You're joking? Akshan throws a boomerang that deals physical damage and reveals enemies. Reveals? Hold on, it reveals? Like if he throws the boomerang at Shaco, he'll see him? So he can... All right, we're 2 skills in. He has a boomerang that marks his passive twice. The boomerang can reveal invisible champions. He could double strike on auto attacks. He can cancel the second strike and get a burst of move speed. And he has a Vayne 3-shot. All right, let's see. Third strike deals bonus magic damage. Why is it dealing magic damage? I thought it was physical. Doesn't it say physical over here? Like, that's so weird to me. Why would they make it so that if he, like, God forbid, he becomes a fucking top laner, because I don't want to fucking see his ass. But it's like, if he becomes a top laner and you try to rush Bramble or something for him, he'll still third strike you. You know, like, what's the point of giving him a hybrid damage? Oh my God. All right, let's keep watching. All right, wow. All right, guys. Everybody fucking take notes, because this is going to be on the quiz, all right? When enemy champions kill one of Akshan's allies, they are marked as scoundrels. When Akshan gets a takedown on the scoundrel, he gains bonus gold. All allies killed by the scoundrel are resurrected. are resurrected at their base, and scoundrel status is removed from all other enemies. He just brings them back. Bro, it doesn't even say it doesn't even say it brings one back. He just brings them back. Hold on. Give me a breather. Hold on. Did he just go camouflage? Did he just go camouflage this man? Hold on. I'm crying. Hold on. He could camouflage indefinitely. but he also sees trails leading towards scoundrels and gains move speed and mana regeneration while moving towards them, which is absolutely hilarious because, hello everybody, I'm Scooch. We're gonna treat this like an AA meeting, and I'm a Shaco main, and I'm sorry. I apologize to all of you. But Shaco, when he does this funny thing and he one-shots you, and then he stealths away or goes Duskblade and then Qs after, Akshan will see him. He will see the trails, and then he'll throw his boomerang at wherever the fuck I'm at, and then I'm really gonna start feeling like a fucking clown. All right, let me try to figure this out, okay? He gets Talia Twitch Warwick passive, and then he also gets Vayne passive, Camille passive, and then he also gets Gnar passive, or Gnar W. He gets Sivir's Q, except it extends, so fuck Sivir, am I right? The fuck you mean, Sivir? That's some baby boomerang shit. She better go to Akshan's School of Action. He gets Lucian passive. Is that what they did? Did rioters just sit in a room? Everybody did a fucking line of meth, and then they went, let's see how many guys we could put into one guy. Because last time when Viego came out, they said, let's see how many guys we can make one guy turn into. But Akshan doesn't have to transform. He's just all the guys. Okay, so in a team fight, realistically speaking, as much as I want to shit on this, if two guys on the enemy team are carrying and you only kill one of them, it removes the mark off the other guy. You can't just kill both of them and bring everyone back. However, Akshan is an anti-hypercarry. Literally an anti-hypercarry. Because a hypercarry will go out and try to kill 4 people, and then Akshan will kill them. He gains bonus mana regen equal to 12% of his missing mana. He also sees trails leading towards scoundrels. It gets 120 bonus move speed, bro? 120? I would have to look at how close it is to Hecarim's E. I would have to actually sit out there and do math. It doesn't get to all the way to 65%, but it gets fucking up there. 120 bonus move speed. And it starts at 80. Like, Jesus Christ. You know, this is going to be a nightmare character for solo queue, and I'm going to tell you why. Because no matter where you get to in solo queue, unless you're getting way up there, people don't want to buy pinks. Ever. They never want to buy pinks. Go watch fucking TF Blade stream and see how many pinks are on the top 100 fucking NA players' games. Nobody likes buying pinks. They rarely buy pinks. Akshan is going to be running around the jungle indefinitely, jumping people and killing them. The revive thing is fucking ridiculous. The thing is, it's not as good as, like, I don't want to sit here and say that it's like crazy good, because let's be honest, Akshan getting a kill in a game where you guys are behind and bringing you back to life when you're 0 and 12 just gives the enemy team a shot to kill you again. But imagine if the game's close and you guys are doing a huge fight for Baron, and then Ooga Booga, that you guys are just scrapping it out, and then they kill 2 of your teammates, and then you kill 3 of their teammates, and Akshan kills the scoundrel, so now you have 5 teammates to do Baron. You know what I mean? On top of that, we're kind of in a meta right now where mid laners and top laners are going fucking teleport. Most people are there's some fucking ADCs taking teleport. So if Akshan brings you back to life and you're a character that brought teleport, you'll just TP out. It's not insanely strong. I mean, this entire skill is insanely strong when you add it all up together, but it's like Akshan can literally destroy Baron dances by himself. Because you gotta make sure that Akshan doesn't kill the fucking scoundrel, or the entire Baron dance will be gone. This shit is fucking hilarious, though. I'm gonna admit, this is the most Season 11 champion I've ever seen in my life. And he proves something that we're gonna get into, and it's power creep. And power creep, no matter how much I want to sit there and pretend that there's no power creep, there is an insane amount of fucking power creep in League of Legends. Like, and it's just the logical progression of games that stay alive for a long time. You know, there's no counterplay against Revive. There isn't. They just come back full health. Look, check this out. Boom. He got 100 extra gold and brought both of these motherfuckers back. Both of them. Not one, both of these motherfuckers came back. He has a resurrection. Ah, God. All right, look. When Banner of Command came out, people hated the meta because it became too split push heavy. When ZZ Rock came out, people hated the meta because it became too split push heavy. And then Riot out of nowhere goes, let's make the best split pushing item ever. And then they make Hullbreaker. And now Hullbreaker is becoming a problem. Because with Hullbreaker, you can split push. You're leading back to where Riot had the game forever ago. What's crazy is Riot does this thing where it's cyclical. Something is very strong, and then they're like, this is terrible. And then they fucking nerf it. And then out of nowhere, 5 years later, they're like, hey, let's put this into the game. You get what I'm saying? It's just so weird. They inherently gutted his base stats, but here's what's gonna happen. All right, here's the funny trick. Oh, his base stats are low. They're gonna hotfix him when he comes out. Akshan's not performing as we expected him to perform, and then they're gonna hotfix him, and they're gonna make his base stats as good as everyone else, and then he's gonna become a god, and then he's gonna stay a god for fucking 6 seasons. That's what's gonna fucking happen. Akshan doesn't even need to get the fucking kill. It just needs to be a takedown. Akshan literally just has to auto attack you. But all right, let's keep going because we're fucking only on W and we've been here for 34 fucking minutes. Akshan fires a hook shot that embeds into the terrain he hits. While embedded, he can recast to swing around the terrain in the cast direction, firing physical damage bullets at the nearest enemy while swinging. While swinging, he can recast again to jump off in the direction of the cursor and fire a final shot. Heroic swings cooldown resets when Akshan earns a takedown. Oh, so he just has a movement reset ability as well. Just in case you thought you were gonna get away from his camouflage 120 move speed technique, don't worry, he's grapple hooking at you, buddy. That's cool. I think that's awesome. It also marks his passive, which is cool. Akshan locks to an enemy champion and begins channeling his power into his gun to store bullets. At the end of the duration or after recasting, Akshan unleashes the stored bullets, each dealing physical damage based on missing. He has an execute. They gave him an execute. Physical damage based on missing health to the first minion, champion, or structure hit. Can move normally, cast heroic swing while channeling. Okay, so he can hit his ultimate move, and if you think you're getting away, he grapple hooks at you. I don't even want to look at it again. Hold on. Am I seeing that right? Are you fucking kidding me? It does his passive. And it just did 2 procs of his passive. Which literally means that at late game, that did 350 magic damage. It did 350 magic damage to him. Fires all stored bullets, and it could shoot 7. So at most 6. You're going to get 2 procs of his passive, and then maybe a double auto attack if you want a hook shot, or if they're still running away and you hook shot, you can get a whole nother mark of your passive, and then you can get another mark of your passive. I feel like Akshan is almost going to be dealing more magic damage than he's going to be dealing fucking physical. If everything fucking procs his passive, you're just going to be procking it like every second. It's so clunky. You know, people thought Lucian was clunky when he came out. A lot of people think a lot of characters are clunky, and then you find out how to play them, and then it's like, holy fuck, this guy's a fucking madman. He's too handsome. He's pretty handsome. I like it. I dig it. Yeah, honestly, I'm not even upset anymore. Look at that fucking face. Dude, I always say this. I fucking hate when people bring up win rates. Akali has almost never been at a positive win rate. Ever. Since release. Almost never. Zoe on release, negative win rate. You know, like if there is a character that is high skill, it will never have a good win rate. Period. Does the character suck? No. It's just people are fucking stupid. Think about the worst person you have ever seen play League of Legends. Whoever it is, your best friend from fucking college, your buddy from elementary school, your fucking dad. Think about the worst person you've ever seen play League of Legends, and understand that there are millions of them. Are they gonna perform on Akali? I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not calling any of you out. I just saw the word win rate written, and I was like, man. I dislike the win rate thing. People always like, well, the win rate not good, so champion bad. It's like, so this is Akshan, right? Dirty fighting, Avenger Rain, going rogue, heroic swing, comeuppance, right? This is a perfect example of what fucking power creep is. Because then you look at characters like Singed. Boom. We could see all of Singe's kit in one screen. And look at this. He moves a little bit faster when he sees people. He leaves a poison cloud behind him. He can slow you in a little area and stick you to it. And he can flip you over his head. And he gets bonus stats and regen. That is who Singed is. But then you look at characters like Akshan. I don't even think I could tell you everything he does right now. Like if you quizzed me, I think I have to reread it. That is like, you're gonna have to give me a cliff notes, bro. Like, you're gonna have to, like, is this on the test? Because I'm about to fucking fail this shit. Let me show you what power creep is, because people in chat keep asking what power creep is. You guys ever get into Yu-Gi-Oh when you were kids? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, right? Like, but Yu-Gi-Oh, it used to be like, here, this monster has high attack, this monster has high defense, but my attack's stronger than your monster defense, so my attack monster win. And then there would be like some random funny stuff like, this guy has weak attack, but he attacked twice. Now check this out. This is what power creep is. And it happens in every single game that is around for a long time. This shit it makes no sense to me either, but I'm gonna read it for the sake of my point. This card gains 500 attack for each dragon-type monster your opponent controls. Now let's read this guy. Fusion, Synchro, and XYZ monsters your opponent controls cannot activate their effects once per turn when your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand. I don't know what that shit fucking means either. But what I'm saying is we can all tell very easily that this card right here is haha fun. Oh, okay, so I get more dragon type and then he's strong? Okay, then I get dragon type monster. This card over here, what the fuck did I even read, bro? And the reason why I use this example is because it's like the easiest example to understand. Power creep is a thing that happens in games that I'm not going to say overstay their welcome because I fucking love League of Legends and I strongly believe that Akshan is cool. But the problem, and I think the reason why so many people get pissed off when they see Season 11 champions, they see all of this like fucking MLA format fucking passive and shit, right? Is because we understand playing this game, we have 55 after Akshan, 155 characters to choose from. And what sucks is every new character, because of power creep, is so significantly better than older characters that it almost feels bad to play older characters. Like playing Nasus into Mordekaiser, for example, is like Nasus needs to stack, but Mordekaiser's Q deals a shit ton of damage, and his W makes him deal damage if you're near him, and his E can pull you towards him if you try to walk up, and his R makes him win 1v1s because he goes into the dead zone. And it's like the reason why a lot of us get upset is because Riot is doing the logical progression of game design. If your game is around for 10 years, the only way to go is up. You know, back then when it first came out, we could have passives like Scion has 40% chance to take up to 30, 40, 50 reduced damage from basic attacks. That used to be enough for League of Legends. When he came out, look at these abilities. Look at this character doesn't exist anymore, and for good reason. Cryptic Gaze. He looks at somebody and they get stunned for 1.5 seconds. Death's Caress. He shields himself and then he could press it again to blow up. Enrage. Scion gains bonus attack damage at the cost of his health. Cannibalism. For 20 seconds, he gets 50% bonus lifesteal. The game used to be so simple because that was it. You know what I mean? You can get away with doing shit like this. You can get away with doing little silly things like this because it was such a brand new game that like, oh, let's do a character that throws bombs. Cool. And then he's like a zoner and he throws bombs out. Awesome. Cool. Let's do a character that every 3 times she hits you, she makes you take true damage, so you can't build tanky against her and people have to focus her down and she can go invisible. Cool. That's awesome. Let's do a little girl that summons a bear and she could also stun every 4 abilities so she could stun with the bear. Like all of that shit was fine back then. But now in the state that we're in League of Legends with 155 champions, everything's been done before. So now what we're seeing is Riot digging really deep in this bag of ideas and taking out old ideas and rehashing them, aka the Vayne passive or Nart passive or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Anyways, you see them reaching deep into this bag and either rehashing ideas or coming up with new ideas that have to be this complicated, because if they don't make it this complicated, then it won't be good, or it would be something that's already been done before. You know what I mean? There was a point in time where 3-strike auto attackers were good. You know what I mean? It was a 3-hit passive. Xin Zhao, 3-hit fucking passive. You know what I mean? Echo, 3-hit fucking passive. And that was like, all right, it did. Everyone, 3-hit fucking passive. Glad to see they haven't changed, obviously. There's a 3-hit fucking passive. Rune. There's a Rune that's a fucking 3-hit passive. But no matter what I'm saying is like power creep isn't necessarily a bad thing in most ways. Like power creep's not a bad thing. Look at this. When you look at it, Akshan is cool as fuck. He has a grapple hook, right? He can bring people back to life. He has an execute. He can go invisible. He gets extra gold if he kills somebody that's killed somebody. You know what I mean? Akshan is a cool ass fucking person when you look at it. But the reason why people tend to get upset, right? Me sometimes, but I've wisened up, is because you look at this shit and then you look at your favorite character Singed and then you go, oh, so my favorite character doesn't get a shot anymore. Every single character is going to be able to jump over walls and dash and go invisible and execute and heal and crit from their ultimate. Is every single character going to be this good? And the answer is yes. They are going to be this good forever. Why? Because that's the only way that Riot, alongside Yu-Gi-Oh!, alongside any game, which is very few, by the way, alongside any game that manages to stick around for as long as these games do, that is how you make them deeper, right? You do power creep. You do power creep. Characters have to be stronger as the game comes out because these new passives and stuff are so deep and complex that they're almost impossible to fucking balance. Anyways, long story short, the reason why I wanted to talk about all of this is because I genuinely think, like, Season 11 so strong. It's true. It's true. But what the fuck did you want Riot to do? Imagine if every single champion that Riot released still looked like this, bro. Imagine. Could you imagine how shitty League of Legends would be if every champion still looked like this? It would be a shitty, dog shit, god-awful, boo-boo butt game. Nobody would want to play a game if this character, every 2 auto attacks, he dodges the next auto attack from enemy champion. No, people want depth, you know? Sometimes the depth is a little too fucking hard. Sometimes the depth is a little too fucking much. And sometimes you give a guy a fucking execute, Vayne passive, grapple hook, magic damage dealing, fucking ultimate move critting fucker, and then I have to play Nasus into it, and then I have to fucking go to bed at night knowing that that I chose the wrong favorite character. Anyways, that's the rant I wanted to say. There's nothing wrong with fucking power creep. It's just logical progression, bro. We can't be mad at game devs for that shit. We can be mad at game devs for something, though. You want to know what I'm mad at game devs for? The fact that they buffed Garen. That's what I'm mad at. Why? Why would you buff Garen? Again, dude, I think Akshan is fucking awesome. I think he's awesome, but, you know, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with that, man. Anyways, that's it. I'm out. Love you guys. You guys have a wonderful fucking night. I'm out of here.